of Buddy, which is a streaming network, which you can get at watchbuddy.com. But we are currently live on our YouTube channel, and we are here in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. Is the National Dog Show, and we are here all week. They've kicked things off with a bark off today, which was very fun.
It was fun
in the press conference. And I am sitting here with Marty. Hi, Marty.
Hi.
So, Marty, you've got some exciting news for the National Dog Show, and your breed is for the first time being shown or competing, excuse me, in the National Dog Show.
Right. We're the first. This is our first opportunity. We're a new breed with the AKC. We're not a new breed, but we're a new breed approved by AKC as of January 1st of this year. So this is our first opportunity to participate in a lot of the dog shows that are, these big shows like here, like Orlando, like Westminster. So we're really excited about it. I have Danish, Swedish farm dogs. So we're breed number 202 in AKC, and we're the smallest working dog in the working dog group, which means we're the only table dog for right now anyway, in the working dog group. So everybody else shows on the floor or on a ramp, and we show on a table because we are a small dog.
Okay.
And a lot of people have said, well, why do you have this little dog? It looks like a terrier. Well, it's not a terrier.
Right.
Why do you have this little dog that looks like a terrier, looks like a herding dog? Why is it in working? And that's because in Sweden and Denmark, in the European countries where these breeds originated, this is a working dog. So they wanted to keep with that tradition.
Okay. So why is the dog small, though, if it's a working dog? Is it the size of the farms over in Denmark and Sweden? Or?
In part, yes. Until the Industrial Revolution, there were a lot of small dogs, small farms. So they fit well. I came from Pembroke Welsh Corgis, again, another small dog, but a working dog. It's a herding dog. And the advantage of the Corgi is when the cow kicks, the Corgi ducks. They don't have far to go, and the hoof of the cow goes over their head. Well, this is a breed that does mostly vermin control. So they mouse, they rat. They do help a little with moving livestock, although they're not a herding dog. They do help a little bit with guarding. Like they'll bark if someone comes, but they're not going to be a guard dog the way a large Rottweiler is going to be. And they play with the kids on the farm. So they're just a basic little all-purpose farm dog. They're a really handy little size. So a lot of people coming from other dogs, other breeds of dogs, are kind of downsizing as they get older.
Okay.
Because this is a dog you can carry under one arm. It weighs about 18 to 22 pounds. It's about 12 to 14 inches tall at the shoulder. So it's a nice size. Flies on an airplane, so you can fly it under the seat. You can travel with the dog. So a lot of people that are retiring and leaving other larger breeds of dogs are looking for a dog that they can pick up, that they can carry, they can travel with. It's just a really, and it'll do anything. It's very trainable, very biddable, and it'll do any performance event. So if people are interested in agility or barn hunt or scent work or tracking or any of those things, this little dog does it all.
Interesting. So it's a pretty smart dog on top of all those things. And you mentioned that too.
Right.
So you can train it and have it do a lot of different things.
Right. And multiple places in the standard, it describes friendly. So it's friendly, it's outgoing. My dogs can't sleep without touching each other. They have to snuggle up next to somebody. So it's just a really friendly little dog.
Oh, very sweet. Now, so we were here and your dog was introduced because it's the new breed, right?
Right.
They'll be competing. And the host mentioned that it was almost extinct on the turn of the century. Is that true?
Right. And then there were some people that were really dedicated to bringing it back. So we're very fortunate that this is not a breed that's gone extinct, and many breeds have. So over the course of years, and it's happening even to this day in the AKC, some of our low entry breeds are becoming very small in numbers. So there's great concern about the gene pools shrinking and those dogs basically becoming extinct. And that may not seem important, but it is, because it's part of our human history. These dogs were functional dogs for thousands of years with humans. And if we start losing some of that history, that tradition, some of that importance of those breeds, we've lost another species. Basically, it's a dog, but all the dogs are one species, but there's tradition and history that gets lost.
Of course. Now, when these Danes and Swedes come, so Marty, you're from Wisconsin. I am as well. I spent 2 years living in Minnesota. So when these Danes and Swedes came over and settled in the Midwest, did they bring these dogs with them?
Well, it's kind of interesting. I haven't seen anybody that said that, but I've got a lot of people that have contacted us that are of Danish or Swedish heritage. And they describe, I saw pictures of my grandfather with a dog that looked like this, or I grew up with a dog like this when I lived over there, and now I live here, and now I'm looking for that breed. So it's interesting to see that is something that attracts people, that they want to continue that tradition of what their family has become accustomed to.
Okay, so when people had to save the breed from going extinct, did they have to go over to Europe and do it there? Okay,
Right.
so the breed mainly stayed in Europe then.
Right. All of our, there were very few dogs of this breed in the US until probably the 1990s.
Okay.
We've had our first dog for 12 years. And so she came over. She was the first dog in the United States to get a certificate of merit, which is what happens while you're becoming fully AKC registered. You can't be a champion, you get a certificate of merit. So Olga is 12, and she was the first CM in the country. So it's a fairly new breed here. There have been a few people ahead of us that have had breeds, so I don't want to sound like I'm the first, because I'm not, but we're pretty early on. So it's exciting to see a new breed, to see a dog that is so universally adaptable to all these different things, that it's just a really great all-purpose little dog.
Excellent. So we've heard a lot about the breed. Tell us about you.
Oh, well, I don't know. What do you want to know?
Lay it all out for us, Marty.
So I'm Marty Greer. I live in Wisconsin. I graduated from veterinary school in 1981, married a classmate who was also a veterinarian. We moved to Wisconsin in 81. We have 4 veterinary clinics in Wisconsin, 1 in Lamira and then 3 in the Madison area. I got a little lost along the way and I went to law school a few years ago. So, you know.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. It's good to be back. I also work for Revival Animal Health. I do podcasts with Laura Reeves, the Pure Dog Talk, and the Veterinary Voice, and the Laura and Marty Show. So we have a bunch of activities that go on. I was Westminster Veterinarian of the Year in 2023, which was very exciting because that was a vote from clients. I do a lot of canine reproduction in our practice, so we work with breeders all the time.
Okay.
And really, truly love working with breeders and helping educate people that want to expand their knowledge of dogs, health screenings, and all the important things that we need to do to make sure that the population of dogs that are being actively bred as purebred dogs and as purpose-bred dogs are healthy dogs with good health screening. So that, you know, that's kind of who I am in a nutshell. I've got 2 kids, 2 grandkids. I've written 2 books. You know, we're kind of crazy. We travel a lot, and we're crazy. We're foodies. We love beer.
Okay.
You know, we're from Wisconsin.
Right. Yeah. Foodies love beer.
That sums it up.
That does sum it up. Food, beer, and dogs. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So now, when you and I talked a little bit off camera, and you were mentioning that when you talk to people either on your podcast or in your practice, you kind of have 2 tracks. You have the everyday dog person, right? You know, just, hey, we're a family. We've got this dog. We want to take very good care of it. But then you also work with people that breed, or people maybe who want to get into breeding.
Correct.
So tell me more. Tell me about those 2 different tracks.
So the Marty and Laura Show is the one we do for the general pet owning public. You know, for somebody that's new in dogs, new in cats, whatever pet they choose to have, and just kind of helping them understand the basics of housebreaking and behavior and vaccines and spaying and neutering and health concerns, all those kinds of things. And then the Veterinary Voice on Pure Dog Talk, we talk more about the scientific kind of things. We talk about specific health conditions, and we go through a lot of detail on that. We typically pick one health condition at a time and kind of go through that. None of it's all a podcast, so none of it is scripted.
Okay.
Makes it a lot of fun.
Much like this.
Yeah, it's very conversational. It's really fun. We have a lot of clients that love listening to it. They've shared it with their friends, and we do encourage people to do that. If somebody knows you're a dog person and they're constantly asking you, well, what about this and what about that?
Sure.
Then you can send them there and just say, here, offload that.
Right. Yeah. Listen to this. Yeah.
And they'll come back to me with a better background of what you have questions about. So, and we take questions from our audience. We do just really fun, unscripted discussions about whatever topic. And if people have questions, you send them to Laura and we put them on the podcast.
That's great. And where can people find this podcast?
It's on iHeart. It's on the Pure Dog Talk website. It's on our website at smallanimalclinic.com is my veterinary clinic's website. So there's lots of places to find it. But if you just type in Marty and Laura Show, or you type in Pure Dog Talk, it'll show up, and then you can start to see the whole catalog of all the things we've done. The Marty and Laura Show we've done since January of this year. So there's an episode every week since then. So we're close to 50 episodes.
Sure.
Probably 45. And for the Pure Dog Talk, that one we've done for about 5 years. So again, there's a huge catalog of those. So you can very easily go to that, hop on, and then join us on Facebook, join us on, whatever social media platform you choose to join us on. And then you can have a lot more information, and you can go into your veterinary clinic or go to the, Thanksgiving dinner with a little bit
Right.
more knowledge.
So you are here, it is Monday, and you
Yes.
are going to be here all through the weekend, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
When does the competition actually start for you?
Well, it starts on Thursday.
Okay.
We show Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The big shows are Saturday and Sunday, and those are benched, which means if you come to the show, the dogs are benched in certain areas. They're all set up by breed.
Mhm.
So if you're looking for a specific breed of dog because you want to meet it, or you've heard about it, or you may want to purchase one, or you want to talk to a breeder, you can find everybody grouped together, unless they're with a handler, and then there may be smaller categories of dogs in those groups. But we're there from 10 in the morning until 5 at night. So you won't have to worry about missing them in the ring. It's a good chance to see them up close and personal, to touch them, to pet them, to talk to the people who breed them, who love them. And it's a great way to get to know a new breed or breeds of dogs that you may have some curiosity about. Every year we watch Westminster and we watch all this stuff on TV. I'm like, I would live with that. I would live with that. Oh, no, I couldn't live with that. But you don't know
Right.
those things until you've had a chance to meet those dogs. So what you think theoretically would be a fun dog for your family may turn out to be not what you were expecting.
Sure.
So it's a great chance to meet the breeders, the handlers, the owners, and just get hands on the dogs.
Right.
You get to see them in a group, and it's a lot easier to assess whether that's a coat, an activity level, a personality, a size that you really want to live with. And that's the great value of purebred dogs, is the predictability of those traits.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get those, as much as we love rescue dogs, as important as it is to do that work. We don't have that predictability. When you go to the shelter, you're not sure if that dog's going to grow up to be 40 pounds or 140 pounds. So there's a lot of value in that predictability.
Excellent. So, and I want to get that out to our viewers that are watching right now. Make sure, if you want to go to the National Dog Show, do it, because it's a lot of fun. They've got tickets left. It's happening this weekend in Philadelphia. So, and it's the one that will be on NBC Thanksgiving Day.
Right.
And Marty, you've said that, hey, people can come up, while the show's going on, they not obviously while you're on the floor,
Right.
but when you're behind, you're benched, so they can talk to you. They can ask you questions, and give our viewers who may want to go out there or thinking maybe in future years, what are some good for a layperson? What are some etiquette tips when you're doing that?
Oh, that's a great question. So you want to watch your kids to make sure that they don't approach a dog too quickly, that they startle a dog, because even the most placid dog is going to be a little caught off guard if you have a child that comes up unexpectedly. So watch your kids. It doesn't mean your kids can't interact with the dogs, but get permission, make sure that it's safe, and sort of keep an eye on what's going on, because sometimes small children, they don't always do what they should do around dogs.
Right. And they're just most of the time it's because they're excited.
Yeah.
Curious, excited. They're not bad, quote unquote. They're
No.
just excited, but just to kind of keep an eye on them.
Right.
Okay.
So make sure that they're safe, that the dogs are safe, everything is good.
Sure.
Because safety always comes first.
Right.
After that, yes, ask if you can touch the dog. There are some breeds that have a lot of grooming work that goes into them. My daughter used to show poodles with a poodle handler.
Oh gosh.
And she would carry the dog to the ring on her arm,
Mhm.
and she would say, "Mom, don't crush the poodle." So, once their
'Cause they're
hair is done,
poofed,
they're poofed. Don't
Yeah.
crush that,
Right.
because they put a lot of time and effort into
Yeah.
growing the coat and, presenting it for show. Believe it or not, there's hairspray and coloring and
Oh,
all
I
kinds of
believe it,
things that go on. So make sure that you don't do anything that will inadvertently interfere with the dog's ability to perform well.
Mhm.
Don't feed the dog without permission. Don't, just don't do any of those things.
Yeah.
But
Don't bring a bag of treats with you.
no,
Okay.
because you may upset their tummy. They may,
Of course. Right.
you may distract them too much. Outside the ring, if you're watching them in the ring, quietly watch. You can, of course, applaud when there's somebody that wins, but don't do anything that's too distracting to the dogs. Don't drop something. Don't just be a good citizen around dogs.
Absolutely.
But the people who show these dogs are more than happy to have you photograph them, more than happy to have you pet them, touch them, interact with them in the right setting.
Sure.
So just don't do it over the ring, those gated areas.
Okay.
Don't do anything that's interrupting to that. But once they're off, so say you want to go see the golden retrievers, when they're done, go over to where the golden retrievers are benched, talk to them. If you go on Thursday and Friday, it's not benched. You can just see those breeds at the time that they're in the ring.
Okay.
They come, they go, then they're gone. But on Saturday and Sunday is when it's benched, and you can have that opportunity to visit the dogs all day. And those people are very proud of their dogs. I'm very proud of mine. If you ask to take a photo, oh yeah, they're almost assuredly going to say, oh yeah, and then they'll comb them a little bit and make sure they look perfect.
Right.
Because we want our dogs to present in the best possible way. Of course. These are people who've worked very hard to breed this, to exhibit this, and they're very proud of their dogs.
Marty, you obviously, thank you for talking with us. You obviously have a
Sure.
great passion for
Yeah.
what you do and a great passion for dogs. I'm going to ask you, I'm not trying to ask you a trick question, but a little bit deeper
Uh-oh.
question, but it'll be my last
Okay.
question. Um, why? What do you think it is about dealing with dogs and working with a dog and loving a dog and showing a dog and everything that's had you spellbound and put you as a vet
Oh,
and you know
yeah,
competition?
yeah, and that's a great question because dogs evolved with humans. They didn't just move in one day. We didn't just move in with them one day. Thousands of years ago, we were co-evolving.
Mm,
And so we have become one with dogs in a way
mm,
that no other species has become. Cats live in our house, but it's a different interaction that we have with cats than we do with dogs. Horses as another companion, or birds or reptiles or whatever. We have co-evolved over thousands of years. And dogs just get us in a way that any other species doesn't. And they really get you once you decide that you're a dog person. And there are two kinds of people. There are people who own dogs, and then there are dog people.
okay.
And the people that are really dog people, they just, every core of their being is really engaged with that dog. I have clients that will say, yeah, I lost my last dog, and my husband said, we're not going to get another dog. And I say to them, okay, when you walk in the front door of the house, does your husband leap out of the recliner, throw down the newspaper, run across the room, and throw his arms around you and say, honey, can I get you a drink?
Right.
And he, she, whatever,
Right.
we're talking about, whatever in the couple, they'll look at me and go, no. I'm like, then you need another dog.
Right.
Because that's
Yeah.
what dogs do for us. They're
Right.
exuberant when we get home. They're thrilled to see us. They're always ready to go on a walk or go for a ride.
Mhm.
They're just a being that they sleep in our beds now.
Mhm.
They just get us in a way that no other species does.
Yeah.
They know what you're thinking before you're thinking it. Before you
Mhm.
put your shoes on to leave, they know you're
Yeah.
getting ready. They just get us.
Yeah. They know the energy.
They
They know
do.
the feeling. Yeah.
They do, and they're so fun to work with. So
Wow.
we're very lucky. My husband and I are very lucky. We have the best job in the world. I get
Mhm.
to work with dogs and dog breeders every single day. People that are really dedicated to their breeds and to their dogs. It's just the best job in the world. I couldn't ask for anything more.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much for talking with us,
Thank
Marty.
you.
Really appreciate it. Let's do one last plug for your podcast.
Oh, yes. So the Marty and Laura show is on weekly. You
Okay.
can find it. It drops every Wednesday. Veterinary Voice drops one Monday a month, and that's under Pure Dog Talk. So you're welcome to hop on to any of those. People listen to them when they're driving, when they're grooming their dogs, when they're washing the dishes, whatever it is. So please join us because we're really happy to have you join, and send us your questions.
Okay. Send your questions in. So thank you. This has been Ryan with watchbuddy.com. And this is our YouTube channel. And we're hopefully going to be going live a lot more this week where we're here out in Philadelphia live for the National Dog Show. Thank you.